My name is Saber Harris, Never Blackman from the Freedom Location.
Oh, right.
Asked me to please come and say a few words as a patron.
Oh.
And if I may have maybe 5 minutes of your time.
Certainly, would you like to come up to the mic?
Happy to support why you all observe this.
Okay, good, wonderful, thank you.
Well, I'm probably the round circle trying to go into the square peg. Because when I came in, they said, well, who are you with and who are you with? And I'm like, I'm the patron. So, so I wanted to say good morning. I definitely won't take up a lot of your time, but I want to put a face with, I'll say, a need. Sometimes we think the face of a person in need doesn't look like mine. But I definitely want to express my appreciation to the Freedom. So I will begin. So, good morning.
Good morning.
When I was approached about sharing my story regarding the experiences at the Freedom Regional Library when using a computer lab, I was really surprised. I initially thought I would not be able to make it, therefore I elected to just send a letter instead. However, I realized I am the only one who can tell my story, which I would like to share with you today. As you are all aware, we expect the face of a person in need to look a certain way or have a certain profile. However, in most cases, that is very far from the truth. As a result of the country's economic situations, mergers, downsizings, I found myself unemployed and unable to find a job. On top of that, I was then given some very upsetting health news. In that health news, I could not work, and I was depleting everything that I had saved. So therefore, I had to go down to bare essentials and just say, okay, what can I get rid of, what can I keep? Well, I made a choice to get rid of the internet because the expense was really too high. After getting through my health ordeal and recovery, I was faced with seeking employment once again, trying to rebuild my life. So being proactive, I started doing cold calls, going to businesses, calling on the phone. However, I kept being confronted with the exact same words: apply online, or we only accept online applications. But due to the fact that I could not afford the internet at home and I could not go to the local printing businesses to pay to use the computer, I just decided, well, I'll go to some of the career centers in Charlotte. So I started driving all over, but when I would get there, lots of times I would be waiting, sometimes all day. There would be 1 or 2 computers only. Sometimes I never got it, so I lost an entire day. After that, I thought, okay, what else can I do? So I started going to different career centers. But when I got there, what happened was that there were people just like myself who were unemployed, very frustrated, so therefore a lot of bickering and things of that sort started, which made a very unproductive environment for me because I really needed to concentrate. So what I started doing, I stopped driving to the career centers. I then turned to my friends and I said to them, you know, I said, can I come over and use your computer? You know, sometimes, and they were like, well, yeah, but then their schedules were so busy and it was never really a good time. So there I felt that that door was closed. So I reached out again, and so I started contacting some private companies, explaining my situation, and that I was trying to get back on my feet and asking them could they donate a computer printer to me to help me out. And a lot of them said that they would like to, but they did not give to private individuals. Once again, I felt the door was closed. At that moment, in that frustration, I had a light bulb moment, what I call light bulb moment. All of a sudden, I realized I was overlooking the greatest resource available to me, the library. I used it for borrowing books, I used it for movies, you know, however, I never considered it for my online needs. When I first went to Freedom Regional, and I love that place. When I first went to Freedom Regional, I was a little nervous, yes, nervous, but the staff was very kind. They were very helpful, very knowledgeable of what they could do. Plus the computers and all the devices that go along with their computers, they were much more up to date, but they'll be better up to date once we get that money. And I was really, you know, really happy to have it. But above all, what I wanted to say, when I went to the Freedom Regional Computer Lab, I did not feel judged. I did not feel that I had to pass a certain profile. I did not feel embarrassed when I was getting on the computer. looking for jobs. And as a matter of fact, when I looked, of course, there's no glare screens, so you can see other people's work. The majority of us who were there, I guess in a sense we were a solid support system because all of us were looking for jobs. So I didn't feel so bad, about that. I was going to say, even though a lot of us use it for the computers and everything, as you said, the internet is needed for everything. And I mean absolutely everything. And those of us who are looking for work, we find ourselves, we cannot contact these people and say, well, can I get a first meeting with you face to face? It doesn't work that way anymore. It's a matter of going online, filling out the application, and then from there attaching your resume, and then good luck if the master computer chooses your name. So it has really changed things. What I want to say too, with a lot of the people I've seen at Freedom, a lot of them, as you said, are older. We do have an older. People who come in who some cannot type actually. And I have seen the library staff just go above and beyond and have the patience that you need to help someone who did not come up in a computer age at all. Because sometimes those people are truly, forgotten. So if it were not for the library, not just Freedom, but all libraries, we would really, really have a difficult time. Now, what I wanted to say too is that if it were not for the Freedom Regional Lab and other locations, many would be very disconnected from our ever-changing world. Many would not have the opportunity to look for jobs, complete online courses, or seek helpful listings and services which the community offers. What I want to say at this point is that the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation could not have made a better selection than the Freedom Regional Library branch, because that location, to me, demonstrates continued services and support to a diverse community, offering much needed computer services which allows a person to become engaged and empowered in order to create change to produce a better life. I want to say thank you to the supervisor at Freedom, who's Everett Blackman, and his staff for requesting my presence today. And I eagerly await the new, computers, with that mastermind and extra speed in the lab. I want to say, and the only reason I think Charlotte Mecklenburg County will be getting that is because it is such a generous gift from the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation. I want to say thank you, Susan, on behalf of the Knight Foundation, for giving back to the community and enabling others an opportunity to excel through library resources. And to all of you, I want to say I appreciate your patience and your attention and allowing me an opportunity to share some of my story, to put a face with sometimes a face that doesn't look like it needs. But I want to say also congratulations to Freedom and all the other locations for being selected. And I want to say thank you all for your commitment and your excellence to enriching the community. So everyone have a good morning. Thank you.